20th March 2023 from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. we were in Nyandarua sub-county at Reshaupondo Ward at KAG Gwakongo Church Hall. And on Thursday, 23rd March 2023 at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. we were in Kinangop at Gadara Ward, Engineer Catholic Church Hall. And on the same date, the second group was from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. was in Oljorok sub-county, Ware Ward at PCEA Oljorok Church Hall. On Friday, Madam Speaker, 24th, 2023, at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., one group was in Kipipiri sub-county, in Kipipiri Ward at PCEA Meharate Church Hall. And on 24th, the same date of March, the other group was here at the county headquarters or Karau, in Kaibaga Ward at ACK or Karau Church Hall. The public participation forums, Madam Speaker, through a letter dated 17th March 2023 and received in the office of the clerk on 22nd March, the committee was seized with a memoranda from Kipipiri Bar Owners Welfare Group. Filed an email dated 24th 2023, the committee through the office of the clerk was furnished with a memorandum from Mr. Stephen Mungai Kafuru. And seeing Madam Speaker, through a letter dated 20th March 2023 and tabled before the committee during the public hearing at Oljorok, the committee received proposed amendments on the Nyandarua County Alcoholic Control Bill 2023 from Oljorok Bar Owners Association. And Madam Speaker, submission from the sub-county administrators, Mr. Kamau Gathenge, received during the public hearing on 20th March 2023 at KAG Church Gwakongo. The submissions received during the public gathering at KAG Gwakongo from the Nyandarua Sub-County Bar Owners Association through a letter dated 20th March 2023. And if Madam Speaker, submissions received during the public hearing at AIC Kwaharaka on 20th March 2023 from the South Kinangop Clergy and Leaders Association against drugs and substance abuse. Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, on the 31st day of March 2023 and 1st April of 2023, the committee engaged the Nyandarua County Department of Education, Children, Gender Affairs, Culture and Social Services, the Finance, Economic Planning and ICT, Public Administration and Devolution, including the sub-county administrators. Madam Speaker, the committee had their submissions, which were very diverse and requires critical analysis and consideration for the committee to get the best role for the benefit of the public and all stakeholders. Madam Speaker, the committee therefore did not conclude the consideration of the Nyandarua County Alcoholic Drinks Control Bill 2023. And Madam Speaker, amongst the key pertinent issues raised includes the following. Madam Speaker, one is the administration, including the composition and functions of the various committee. Madam Speaker. Two, it is on the licensing officers. Madam Speaker. Three, it's on the license hours. Four, it's on the license fees. And five, the license conditions. Madam Speaker. Six, Madam Speaker, the various forms and schedules and the zoning. Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the committee seeks for more time to table the report on Nyandarua County Alcoholic Drinks Bill 2023 within 14 days. Madam Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Gadongo. That request has been granted. Clerk.
Madam Speaker, under the same order, we have a paper to be laid by Honorable Peter Gilenji Kiriga, the Chairperson, Special Funds Accounts Committee.
Honorable Benji, continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This is the Special Fund Committee. The report of special funds account of the financial statement of the county emergency fund for the financial year that ended 30th June 2022. Sorry, Madam Speaker. I thought I would have tabled when I was there, but I'm advised. Madam Speaker, this is the special funds accounts committee. The report is related to special funds account on the financial statement of the county emergency fund.
On to Standing Order 157, refer to the House Business Committee to schedule for processing of the same. Clerk.
Order number 6, notices of motion. Madam Speaker, we have a notice to be given by Honorable Peter Denji Kirega, the Chairperson, Special Funds Accounts Committee.
Honorable Peter Denji, you have a notice of motion. Switch on your microphone.
Madam Speaker, I give the Madam Speaker, this is the report of the Committee of Special Fund Accounts of Financial Year statement of the County Emergency Fund for the financial year that ended 30th 2022, which I've tabled.
I understand you have a substantive motion that you want to give a notice for.
Yes, I'm on that, Madam Speaker.
Please proceed.
Madam Speaker, I beg to give the notice of the following motion, that this House does adopt the report of the Special Funds Account Committee on this financial statement of the County Emergency Fund for the financial year that ended June 2022 as a report of the House and the recommendations therein in the resolutions of the House. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable Benji. That motion has also duly been noted. Again, it will be referred to the House Business for rescheduling. Thank you. Clerk.
Order number 7, statements.
Thank you so much. Under this business, we have a personal statement from our able Deputy Speaker, Honorable Samuel Shege, Honorable Samuel Shege, the Honorable Member for Geta.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I rise this afternoon to give a personal statement regarding the recent events that have happened recently last week in my life. And Madam Speaker, I come here to bring on my own behalf and on behalf of my family gratitude and thanks for the fellowship and for the unity that was shown, the way you came in through for me. Madam Speaker, for those maybe because we are alive and I believe we are leaders and our lives in the process becomes public, and therefore I wish to narrate a small story that of my life. Madam Speaker, last week we had the burial of my first wife, mother, whom we had 2 children, and she succumbed to breast cancer, and we have been battling that disease together with my children and the extended family. And when finally her life came to sunset, it was a heavy moment for us as a family and for my children, and we had to come together and decide and make decisions. Madam Speaker, that has been an experience of a lifetime, because, Madam Speaker, we live and we sit here in this house as units and as individuals, but, Madam Speaker, we are a system. And our connections are now all in the past matters a lot, and especially where children are involved. And when decisions are made, I worked, Madam Speaker, as an administrator in a children's home for 6 years as a volunteer. And when we had to make decisions, whether for adoption, whether for fostering, and for whatever decision we had to make, the Department of Children demands that the decisions that has to be made must be for the best interest of the children. Madam Speaker, as one who is an advocate for children's rights and human rights, I believe that decisions must be made for the best interest of the children. In that regard, Madam Speaker, I had to make a decision to rest my first wife in where we live, and this is a decision that was in agreement with my family, and that wasn't an easy decision to make. But in life, Madam Speaker, decisions have to be made. I want to, in a special way, thank this third assembly for the cooperation, for the heart they gave me, a shoulder to cry on, and how they came in sacrificially even to support me to mitigate the budget. I want to thank you and thank you and thank you. Madam Speaker, we were greatly encouraged and greatly comforted, and I stand here on behalf of my wife Hannah and on behalf of my family to say thank you. Madam Speaker, it cannot be without notice that this House made extra effort to have representatives of the members of the County Assembly to come and mourn with us on Tuesday last week. And Madam Speaker, they left the village literally shaken and live, and they were amazed at the fellowship, the joy, the unity, and the oneness, the family life that this assembly expressed. Special thanks to our Honorable Speaker, who together with the committee welfare, members welfare, led by our able chair, Honorable Milka Wajiro, member for Creator, and the vice chair, Honorable Stephen Matimo. They gave a great demonstration of what working together is, of what belonging to a member's welfare means. Madam Speaker, there was live, they literally melted the grief that was there, and they replaced it with joy. There were songs, there was good, chatting, and there was preaching, a great sermon that was delivered by none other than Honorable Stephen Martino, and the members of my family and members of my ward were asking me the address of his church so that they could fellowship with their in Orkarao. We hope he starts one soon. If that is calling. It was a great demonstration of fellowship. Madam Speaker, I cannot thank you enough. Thank you also for the members of the staff who also joined in and comforted our family, and they supported us. I take this opportunity to congratulate the whole house for standing in for one another. Every other time we have a burden, and it becomes lighter when we all take it up. Therefore, Madam Speaker, without belaboring that message, I want to say thank you very much. Accept our thanks, accept our gratitude, and also the way you graced the burial day, and it was amazing. Thank you so much. They were able to see different people from different parts of this county, and were greatly pleased and comforted. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable Deputy Speaker. May the Almighty God rest your wife, you said Martha, in perfect peace. Thank you so much. Clerk?
Order number 8, motions and bills. Madam Speaker, as per your direction, we have exhausted the agendas for the main order paper, and we proceed to the supplementary order paper. Order number 8, motions and bills. We have a motion to be moved by Honorable Zachary Mwanginjero, the Chairperson, Committee on Finance, Economic Planning and ICT.
The Honorable Member, Chair for Finance, Honorable Zachary Njeru. Proceed.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move the following motion that this House does adopt the report of Finance, Economic Planning and ICT Committee on the consideration and approval of short-term. The Speaker, with me is a very short report pertaining the request from the county treasury, and it is always imperative to acknowledge the committee members. I being the chairperson, the Honorable Benson Kerry Joki, my vice chairperson, Honorable Peter Mwangi Maina, a member, Honorable Joseph Kuria Thuo, member, Honorable Catherine Nyawera Mathenge, member, Honorable Juliana Mugure Babu, member, Honorable Patrick Mwede Kariuki, a member, Honorable Elijah Mwangi Nyaga, Honorable Edina Duabogo Kengoli, both members, Honorable Isaac Kungu Wajiru, the chairperson, budget and co-opted member, and Honorable Ruben Gitau, co-opted member, and the vice chairperson, budget. The secretariat, we had a 6-member team led by our committee clerk, Madam Nancy Muthe, Mr. Moses Kinywa, our senior legal counsel, Mr. Peter Waweru, principal Hansard editor, Mr. Stephen Murithi, the deputy clerk, Mr. Charles Wahinya, director finance, accounts, budgeting and economic planning, and our sergeant at arm attached to the committee, Madam Lea Jenga. And Honorable Speaker, bearing in mind that Honorable members have interacted with this document because we agreed, first of all, to have an in-house engagement and be in a position to examine all the requirements from the Constitution of Kenya and any other relevant sections. I wish to move straight to chapter 2. That is under committee findings and observations. And Honorable Speaker, the committee was informed that the decision to borrow is informed by the rate release of funds from the National Treasury to the county government for the last 4 months of December, January, February, and March. That is 2023. The county treasury reported that the last release by the exchequer was in November 2022. In this regard, this necessitated the drafting of a cabinet paper requesting to be allowed to partner with the local banks for some sort of borrowing or an overdraft after approval from this assembly, so as to be able to cater for salaries for our employees, so that we do not halt public service delivery. And Honorable Speaker, the committee, after examining the request and the meeting that was done by the IBEC and the KRA, the committee made the following recommendations. One, that in view of the foregoing, the committee made the following recommendations: that the House does approve the request by the county treasury to engage a financial institution with a view of establishing a credit facility. Two, that the borrowing shall strictly be for gross salaries. And Honorable Speaker, because there was some sort of amendment, I think it is imperative, because the amendment were touching on the committee recommendations. Honorable Speaker, I wish to introduce some amendments under chapter 3, that is on the recommendations. Amendment to delete recommendation number 2 and insert thereafter that the borrowing shall strictly be for gross salaries and wages only. Amendment to delete recommendation number 3 and insert thereafter that drawdown from the facility shall not exceed updated payroll amount, and the county treasury shall inform the county assembly of every drawn down on the facility. Honorable Speaker, you do realize that this is purely a payroll financing, and in any eventuality that service delivery might be halted, Honorable Speaker, by the delay of disbursement of funds, it is imperative that we have a measure we have put in place.
Speaker. Point of order. Point of information.
Honorable, where is the point of information come? Okay. Yes, proceed.
Sorry, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, without Honorable Member sitting, I'm just asking if that will be provided with the report so that we can follow with him, even the amendments that is being referred to. We need to be aware of what is being amended, where, and what.
Thank you. That information is really important. Thank you, Honorable Kayani. Clerk, please confirm if we have the report on soft copy and soft. Honorable Kayani, I'm reliably informed that we have the report on soft in your tablet.
Thank you. I've been sorted. Thank you.
Thank you. Proceed. Honorable Zachary.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, in fact, the only amendment from the mother report is only the amendments I have quoted, and I think the member is well guided and equally facilitated with a copy of the updated one. Honorable Speaker, being an issue to do with ensuring effective public service delivery, that is why it is prudent for the county treasury to get into agreement with the local financial bodies, so as in case of any issue regarding the rate of disbursement of resources, at least we are sure that Nyandarua county government will be in a position to give services to its constituents. And into that regard, I call upon Honorable Catherine Nyawira to second the motion with amendment.
Honorable Kate.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika. Nasimama kuunga huu mjadala 100%. Pia nimshukuru mwenyekiti kwa uongozi wake katika
kindly your voice is a bit down.
Nimesimama kuunga huu mjadala 100%. Nimshukuru mwenyekiti ambaye amewasilisha huu mjadala kwa uongozi wake. Nimshukuru pia gavana kwa sababu ya kuona mbele na kuona migogoro ambayo yanaweza kumba hii kata, ingawapo hata wafanyikazi hawataweza kuendelea na shughuli zao muhimu. Serikali ambayo iko katika mamlaka ni serikali ambayo iko katika mpito. Kuna ile ilienda na hii ikawa imekalia kiti. Kwa hivyo kuna mambo kadha wa kadha, kabla ikuwe imekalia vizuri itakuwa haiendi vizuri. Mheshimiwa Spika, Mheshimiwa Spika, wakati tulikuwa tunaangalia huu mkopo ama hii pesa ambayo itakuja kulipa mishahara, tuliangalia mambo kama bima la afya ambalo kwa miezi 3 kutoka mwezi wa 12 serikali ya kitaifa haikuwa imewachilia pesa ya kata zote 47. Kwa hivyo wafanyikazi na hata wakaazi wa kata zote hawajaweza kupata maendeleo, hawajaweza kupata kulipiwa bima la afya na mambo mengine. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Spika, bila kusema mingi, ningetaka kusihi hili bunge tuweze kuzuia mambo kama hayo, tuweze kushikamana na huu mswada, tuushikilie na tuupitishe ili sababu ya kuchaguliwa hapa iweze kutimika. Asante Mheshimiwa Spika.
Thank you so much. I want to propose the question. I can hear Honorable Steve is telling Honorable Catherine to call the mover, but I want to propose first the question, and then then we will proceed. I now propose the question, which is that this House does adopt the report of Finance, Planning and ICT Committee on consideration and approval of short-term borrowing by the County Treasury as a report of the House, and the recommendations therein as the resolutions of the House. Thank you. Okay, let's start the debate with Honorable Kayani.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you for this opportunity. I think it's good tradition and procedure to have a motion, and especially a money bill, introduced to the House, and it is debated. It is proper tradition. I think Nyandaruans are watching us for about the hour to see how we conduct ourselves when certain important motions or debates like this one get into this honorable House. I was very concerned that somebody was telling you to call the mover before even the debate, the matter is debated. It is suspect. It's not a good tradition, so to say the least, for such a weighty matter to come and then it just passed just like that. Anyone looking at us, and remember we are streaming in live, be seen to just brush aside such an important matter without discussing it, will hold us in very bad light, as if we don't know what we are doing. Honorable Speaker, mine will be very few, just to commend the initiative by the committee and the Department of Treasury to try and plug in the challenge of finances, financial flow of finances from the national government, particularly to deal with matters wages and salary for the great members of staff for the great county of Nyandarua. So the intervention is timely, given that we should never allow our staffs to go for months with payments that are causing depletion and stresses to our members, the members of the staff, do not happen again. I would want to thank the government for taking such an initiative. Honorable Speaker, it's unfortunate and a pity that our gadgets are failing to provide the report. I did seek your intervention so that the report is also made available to me, but I was following the chair when he said that he's introducing an amendment, a certain paragraph that had full of semantics. I was expecting some figures to be mentioned, which were avoided for some very good reason, whatever the reasons are. But I want to say that it's also important just to go back and say that Nyandaruas are listening to us, we're streaming live.
I want to be sure that we have the report on soft, so that the sentiments by the Honorable Kayoni are not recorded by us. Are the tablets failing? Clerk, do we have the report on soft? Can the members confirm? Thank you. Proceed, Honorable Kayoni.
Honorable Speaker, I think we are eager to pass this report. I'm looking at the gadget. The IT guy was here. It only downloaded from page 1 to page 3. And I can see it is 5, it is okay, page 1 to 5 of 15. So where is page 6, 7, 8, all the way to that to 15? I don't have it on my tablet.
We still have the document on soft on the WhatsApp, the main group, the main communication group on WhatsApp, and I am reliably informed, Honorable Kayani, that we have that report on soft. How many pages?
Madam Speaker, I am not in denial. I'm only saying that the ICT person came and helped me to open it on their laptop, on the tablet. But that notwithstanding, I will make my comments nonetheless. Honorable Speaker, I have the information that I have here because the Honorable Chair did make comment that the only amendment he moved was an insertion of a certain paragraph that was saying that this loan will only be used for figures never lie. A document that comes to this Honorable House is also interrogated by the public. And I know the people of Nyandarua are clever. They are informed. They know when to ask what questions. And we must be very careful as an assembly to be seen to not be able to answer questions that we are sent to this Honorable House to ask on behalf of our people. Honorable Speaker, my only concern, I'm not opposed to the money bill. I'm completely in support. But I'm a bit careful not to say things which I'm not convinced I should say. That the money being sought, looking at page 5, under the reference NYAD Fed Fin 171 into bracket 23, and I'm reading, so the approval of the County Assembly for short-term borrowing from local financial institutions with upper limit of Kenya shillings 300 million to be met to meet salaries and wages expenses, including other such emergencies to be settled within a period of 3 months. What is written is written, and what is documented is documented. It is written, it is far from hearsay, and thank you, I appreciate. And once it is done, it becomes a record for the file. What I am saying, and that I'm being careful on, I am aware about the wage bill, the salary that the county government has. It comes to around 204 million. So the assertion of a figure that is inserted there, 300 million, leaves anybody within the county, including myself, asking question. If it is for the purpose of salaries, let's keep it salaries. If it is for other emergencies, let us be provided with that information seeking for other emergencies. But we should not be seen, and I will not be part of a document that says other things that the people of Githafa will be asking me. What did you pass, Honorable Kayani, who the person we sent to the county assembly to pass, when we all know that the salary is 204 million. So why did you pass 300? What answer do I give? So I want to say, as much as I support this, I would say let us keep it. Wage bill and salaries. Anything above that, anybody else there will ask a question, I don't know what to say, and this honorable house must be careful to pass any money above that amount. I'm saying that so that it's noted. I know we are all eager to pass it. It will pass, but let it be in the Hansard captured that what I approve as Honorable Mwika Yani from Githafai is 204 and not 300. I'm not able to explain the amount above that, and I support. Thank you.
You can still, I mean, let us know what order that was violated by Honorable Ken.
Madam Speaker, I just find it a bit misinformation, because I also don't find the figure of 300 or either that of the 204, and therefore saying that we are passing a document of 300, Madam Speaker, I would also want to get guided, because I don't think it's there.
You want to be guided on a figure of?
The member for the file is out of order in the context of indicating we are passing 300 million someplace where I do not think it is existent within that particular report.
Yeah. Honorable Kayani, I can see on page 5, I can indeed see that there is a quotation of some figure. The minority leader you can check your report on page 5. However, Honorable Kayani, the recommendations, Honorable Kayani, you have to be seated when I am addressing the House. Thank you. What the chair read was some of the recommendation from the executive. But if you clearly look in the recommendations of now the committee, if you look keenly on the recommendations of the committee, you can support the motion in confidence because your issue has been addressed. They are only requesting for gross salary. Thank you so much. We have further debate.
Madam Speaker, point of order? Point of clarification from yourself.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I addressed myself to figures, and I'm glad that you've also addressed yourself to the same reference in page 5, and then you've gone all the way to the recommendations. The figures never lie. Can I also get a mention that what I'm supporting is 204 or even 210? A money that is within the wage bill and not anything outside. What did the committee recommend? Did it recommend how much? Let us have the figures so that I have my confidence. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. The recommendations are clear, and I believe that we will call the mover as we proceed with this debate to, further clarify your issues. Honorable Komo, the honorable member for Wanjoi Ward.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I support the motion. And Mr. Speaker, there is nothing for this assembly to be worried about, because what is important for any reports of a committee is the recommendations that are made by the committee. And Madam Speaker, I want to restrict myself.
Yes, Honorable Esther.
The honorable member is referring to the speaker as Mr. Speaker. Can he change and refer to the speaker as Madam Speaker? Honorable Komu.
Thank you.
Address the House looking
actually, I addressed the speaker as Mr. Speaker the first time, but I corrected myself. One is that he was not keen. I corrected myself as Madam Speaker, and that is not a big issue.
No, order, Honorable.
I'm a son of a woman, and
it's a big deal. It's a big issue. The person seated here on the chair is Madam Speaker. So
yeah,
it
I
is
agree
a big
totally.
issue
Yeah.
when you call me Mr. Speaker.
Yeah, I agree totally.
Good.
That Madam Speaker.
Thank
that
you.
is not negotiable.
Yes, thank you. Proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I wanted to restrain myself to the recommendations of the committee, and I want to state categorically that recommendation number 3 states that drawdown from the facility shall not exceed updated payroll amount, and the county treasurer shall inform the county assembly of every drawdown of the facility. The updated payroll amount. The payroll is not static because recruitment is ongoing. People leave at any time, they retire. So we cannot come here and discuss very seriously on a specific figure. But I applaud the committee because it has stated categorically updated payroll amount. I second, Mr. Speaker.
You support. Thank you so much. Now I can I, Minority Leader, can you call the mover for us?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I would only wish to point out the fact that it has come out clearly, and remove this thinking that like there is anything hidden. Any government worth its salt plans, because it is always said failure to plan is planning to fail. The effort by His Excellency the Governor on this matter is so simple. Madam Speaker, we have our staff, especially the lower levels, who could not a few days ago access a medical facility because a government have not paid its obligation on NHIF. Any government that for whatever reason is careful and well informed will put mitigation of measures that enables its staff to be able to work, to be able to perform without the thinking that they cannot be able to work. This thing is provided in law. The only reason why it is provided in law is because it is proper for it to be there. We are applauding the governor for being the great father of the county by ensuring that there's no way that a problem that arose like we have experienced before should not be repeated again. I support and call the mover.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And Madam Speaker, I wish to appreciate the debate that was there, but that cannot go without responding to the issue that was raised by one Honorable Kayani when he quoted page number 5. And that is chapter 1, subsection 3. And this is not a recommendation, but it is the request by the CCM Finance and Economic Planning. And we had now to capture it as it was. So the issue to do with the figures, that was what was the plea from now the county treasury. But when you come to the recommendation as it was indicated by chairperson budget, you obviously know that each and every month there is some sort of influx or a reduction when we come to deal with the figures. And that is why we agreed, and that formed the basis of the amendment, that the borrowing shall strictly be for gross salaries and wages only, and the drawdown from the facility shall not exceed updated payroll amount, the updated payroll amount for that particular month. So it is explicit, it is clear, it is known the wage bill of this county. It will be as per the updated payroll of that particular month when we are having a crisis. Honorable Speaker, I wish to appreciate His Excellency and equally the members of this House because of foreseeing and equally learning from past experience that these are the kind of things that can make all the activities of a county to go to a standstill. And equally in the wisdom from the IBEC and the KRA, and equally from the controller of budget. And that is why it is not the Nyandarua that is doing this. A number of 11 counties. We will now be the 12th county to do the same. So, Honorable Speaker, I wish to appreciate all the members and call upon them to approve this request so that we can be able now to effect public service delivery, and I beg to move.
Thank you so much, Honorable Zachary and Honorable Member, for debating on this motion. And now I want to put the question that this House does adopt the report with amendment of the Finance Committee Planning and I want to repeat that this House does adopt the report of the Finance, Economic Planning and ICT Committee with amendment on the consideration and approval of a short-term borrowing by the County Treasury as a report of the House and the recommendations therein as the resolutions of the House. Will as many as of the similar opinion say aye? Aye. Those of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes has it and the motion has been passed. Clerk.
Madam Speaker, we've exhausted both the main order paper and the supplementary order paper for the afternoon sitting.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member. The House stands adjourned to tomorrow, the 4th day, the 5th day of April 2023. Thank you. At 9:30.